Yeah, g'day there, room. Just want to slightly change the subject here a little bit if I can. Not that there's any real strong subject going on in the room. I want to talk about metaphysics a little bit. Metaphysics meaning beyond the physics, beyond the physical manifestation in this temporal plane. You know, what we see in our world today as a matter manifestation of, actors on the stage, walking around, performing their various functions and roles, etc., according to some sort of program. By the way, I'm recording this on my camera, which I will be putting up onto YouTube, just as maybe an interesting topic that some people might want to participate with. So if you come on mic, let it be known that you're being recorded. If you don't want to come into the recording scenario, don't come on mic. But if you do, come on. And if you don't want to be recorded, I'll switch it off. In other words, I'm giving you many options. Metaphysics. Metaphysics. What is it? Well, the manifestation of this world that we are partakers of, we see things in this world, and everyone we see on the stage of life, for example, your neighbour, yourself, your children, your mother, your father, governments, universities, every person and structure of consciousness that works out in this world, the bankers, the military arm, you look at any particular faction that's acting on the stage of life as actors in this holographic perception. What's going on? What's causing their action? Okay, what's causing your action? Well, your action is being caused by your own self-identity reality, which means that you have a consciousness of self-awareness that you want to perform on the stage of life, right? Now, if you're performing on the stage of life, it might be through your own educational upbringing and education, something that's come into you that causes you to act according to your program. But if you are coming into, you might say, into this density of the universe expression, something might be trying to come into the body. Let's say, for example, just the body. Just the body. The body is a product of genetics. Basically, it's a biological anatomy. It has no real self-identity apart from the genetic inheritance that you've received from your ancestors of crossbreeding and many ancient lines that have brought you here on the stage of life. Many ancient lines of cross-hatching and many fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers going right back, marrying into many cross-hatchings of a matrix of an expression of genetic controls that brought your body here into manifestation in space-time. So that's the body that you come into. You come into a body here of expression, right? And your body of expression here is what you are as the spiritual reality trying to incarnate into. And so you, as your true identity self, are trying to incarnate into this body that's been donated to you through, ancestral genetic inheritance, and you are here to overcome the distortions of your ancestors that are trying to manifest their agenda through the templates of the hologram of the temple, which is the body you are born into. So for you to find yourself here in space-time and overcome all the controls of your ancestors who have been deluded, taught and educated through various controls of government and religion and various thoughts of self-identity, they are trying to impose those upon you. And through the genetics and the controls of the elemental flows, they're trying to live their life through you. But you, being a true self-identity, are trying to incarnate your self-identity, your spiritual reality, into the mainframe of computation called the body. And you're having a hard time of it. You're having a very hard time of it because you cannot go against all of the energy of community and all of the politically correct teachings that are thrust upon you and are clamping you down and shutting you down as a suppression as an oppression, as a control. You're being shut down. You cannot emerge. You, the true self, the true you, cannot emerge into society and express your reality because of the controls of the culture and the traditions that are backing up the suppression that this world is. This world is suppressed, it's controlled, it's shut down, and here you are trying to emerge as a fledgling, as a neophyte. Here you are trying to emerge as an incarnation, incarnating. What does the word incarnate mean? It means that you are trying to come into the flesh. You're trying to come into the body, the vehicle. You're trying to come into the control mechanism, into this world of a matrix. You're trying to come into the suppression, and you're trying to change the culture. You're trying to change the worldview. You're trying to be yourself and have freedom. And yet everywhere you go, you're being shut down by your parents, by the television, by media, by education, by the world around you, genetically modified food, chemtrails, and all of the rest of the stuff that's oppressing you. You're trying to rise up and overcome the world. You're trying to overcome this world of delusion. You are here incarnating into a body, trying to overcome the world of controls that operate through the hologram of your templates, which is called the body, which is an ancestral inheritance of depravity. Here you are, a fledgling spirit, or maybe an old spirit coming in, trying to overcome the world of controls. And so, what are you doing about it? Are you letting this world control you? Are you letting religion and politics and duality and polarity control you? Or are you letting your true thought, your free entity reality, come and emerge within the constructs of your biological anatomy? Are you overcoming death in your body, you know? And so that's what it's about. What are you here for? What are you here in this world of death for? Well, you're here in this world of death to overcome death by realizing your life. Life overcomes death, right? Life overcomes death, but you've been taught death by dead men who spoke their words into you, and that's the culture that we grew into and birthed into. It's an oppressive regime of a control matrix that shuts you down, and you cannot find your true power of ascension. But I'm here to tell you, you are far more powerful than those dead men that control you, and you can disconnect and override the control doctrines and dogmas and creeds and all of those things of community that shut you down and hold you away from your true potentials. Here you are. Here you are, O wonderful ones, O beautiful radiant sons and daughters of the living one. Here you are. You are the one who has come into this body of death to convert those signatures, those codes, those controls, those commands and those contracts within the cellular structure of your biological anatomy. You are here to override it and overwrite it and correct it and rise up into life and setting creation free. You are here to be free, to set creation free. You are here to incarnate your true self-identity into this body and overcome death in the body. And I'm calling you to that. Metaphysics. Meta, beyond. Physics, beyond the physical reality. Bring the spiritual identity reality into the matter manifestation templates of your own body, and bring the upgrades into your system that will overwrite the corruption. This may seem like a religious method and teaching, but it's not. It's actually what you're here for originally. You are here originally to organically rise up in progressive evolution of consciousness to overcome all of the distortions that you've been birthed into. I'm calling you to wake up, that living structure within you, that living Christ, which some people call Christ. It's the structure within you, it's the metaphysical template, a mathematical encryption of how life works within the hologram of perception and, you know, what we are. Many, many holograms, intermingling fields of communication. How do we communicate in unity and have our individuality at the same time? Well, it's possible in the computations of the mind of the creative one. You are the one. Anyway, I love to talk about these kind of things. obviously I've spurred a little bit of thought into the room. I can talk about the practicalities of this world and how we can be practical together, working out things, to do things, to survive. But do we just want to survive? Do we want to survive against the onslaught of the oppression? Or will we rather teach the oppressor how to find the power of their own lives so that they would no longer suppress us? I think that's more relevant. How can you teach your enemy to find his true source, that he no longer senses lack, he no longer senses need, he no longer senses scarcity, he no longer needs to survive by violating others, but can find satisfaction within his own mechanism of life? Wouldn't it be more beneficial for people to teach others how they can live in life with abundance and flow forth the realities of the inner kingdom of life into their fields of observation and appreciation? Wouldn't it be better, rather than sensing fear and attack, wouldn't it be better to teach others how to find abundance and life and shine that forth, and shine that forth into all men? To shine that forth to all men, that they may no longer plunder you, that you may no longer have to defend yourself against an attack because we're all sensing a sense of lack. Yes, it's much better to show all men how to find their source of life and create abundance and creativity within community. I think it's wonderful. And anyway, Sub, I see your hand up there, Sub 750T. I'm going to hand over to you. And there you go. So there you go. We can show you there, Mo Farmer. We can show you there. I have technology on this kind of structure. I have technology and teachings there about that. So it's not just like I'm leaving you in the dark. You're going to learn how to do it yourself. And in actual fact, it's you doing it that proves it to you. My doing it proves it to me. I can show you what's happening in me and in my life, and I can show you the structure of the technology, and you can also trust the technology and do the techniques and practices and find it within yourself. You know, we don't need to survive in a world of lack and scarcity when abundance is our natural inheritance. We can learn how to find this within ourselves, which is a true flow of life. Anyway, hand over the mic. We love you, we love you, we love you. Hand over the mic.